Yeah, it's been an eventual stream and turn conversation. Like I said, it's a conversation. Like I know a lot of people are gonna watch the freaking VOD and think it comes to a place of anger. It doesn't. I only complain about things that I care about. I've been playing Halo for over 20 years. I want Halo to be a good game. I want Destiny to be a good game. I want to be able to enjoy Valorant. I want to be able to enjoy Siege. I want other people to play those games. I want my friends and people who I know in this community to like to feel like they can learn to play Siege or learn to play Valorant and not feel like doing so will bring them stress. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to video games, it's supposed to be about having fun, having a good time. You can't have fun or have a good time if freaking, you know, you're raging your ass off, or if the game's broken, or if the people who you're playing with are like assholes. See, you know, like I said, like people are scared to play Siege. Like I know people who legitimately are afraid to play Siege because of what they've heard about the games community. Said before that I asked, would it be good to get into freaking League of Legends, and the person responded to me saying like, don't even bother, like how toxic League is and things like that. Is it worse than Call of Duty? Call of Duty has kind of died down because it's not the dominant public force that it used to be. It still has, every game has toxicity, but Siege and Valorant and League of Legends are the ones that are known for the most right now. Call of Duty's advantage is that, I said earlier in the stream, is that the lobby system doesn't exist anymore. Like Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1, you sat in a lobby with all the players, so everyone's just in the lobby just talking to each other and things like that, so it allowed for it to be more toxicity. Whereas like now you don't sit and like with players, you sit like with your friends and push into a game with other players. Or Star Wars community, Star Wars is one of the worst. Like Star Wars, anime, some Marvel fans and DC fans, like as a whole, nerds are the worst. Like Star Wars is one of the worst, more so towards itself. Star Wars is toxic towards its own community. Like and again, the proof that nerds are the worst is like, again, opinions are opinions. People are going to enjoy things, people dislike things. But Popcorn saying that he liked the Resident Evil TV series while everyone else is saying it's garbage is an example of a difference between people who are nerds or something, people who aren't. Someone who doesn't watch Resident, I said this in my video. I said it in the video. I don't know if it's a review for the TV show or for the movie that I watched, where I was like, people who are a fan of something are going to complain all day, every day. Someone who has no experience with the franchise will enjoy it. And it's like, you gotta understand this when it comes to like media, like the widespread of media. It's not meant for just the core fan base. It's meant for the casual audience who don't know what that is. So if you're watching the Halo TV show, there's a good chance a lot of people who enjoy that show doesn't even play Halo. They probably didn't even heard of Halo. They're like, hey, this show looks pretty cool on Paramount Plus. Check it out, and they enjoy themselves. And they hear people are complaining about it. You're confused as fuck. Resident Evil on Netflix. If you never played Resident Evil before, never seen movies, you watch it, and you're like, yeah, this is actually pretty decent. And then you hear like people are complaining about it, and you're confused as fuck, because it's like, that's why like I don't get into those situations where I bitch and complain about something that I don't like, because it's no point. It's not for me. If there's something that comes out, be it a movie, a game, a TV show, I won't sit here and tell y'all that it's garbage. I just won't talk about it or won't play it. It just won't happen. Like, you never hear me talk about Fortnite. Why? Because I'm not one of these people who sit here and just bitch and moan about Fortnite. Fortnite sucks. Fortnite's garbage. People who play Fortnite are just little kids and terrible. Like, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to be one of those people? I don't play Fortnite, so why should I like invest mentally into trashing a game that I don't play? You know, it's not for me. You know, I don't watch JoJo Siwa. Why? Because I'm a 30-year-old grown-ass man, and it doesn't entertain me. I don't care for it. That doesn't mean JoJo Siwa's shows are terrible. It just means it's not for me. You know, let people who do enjoy JoJo Siwa to enjoy it. Enjoy her. You know, someone like Star Trek, I don't watch Star Trek. Someone tells me that they love it, I'm not gonna tell them don't watch that, 'cause it's garbage. What do I gain from telling someone they shouldn't enjoy something? There's this weird thing in social media right now where people feel like they need to tell you that you can't enjoy what you enjoy, and they'll make up whatever reason they can to try to deviate you from being able to enjoy what you enjoy. They'll ask why you like that. It's garbage. You shouldn't like that. You shouldn't like this. If you like, one of the things that I always see when it comes to gamers and it comes to like gaming TV shows and game movies, they'll be like, if you're a real fan, you wouldn't like that movie. If you're a real fan, you wouldn't like that TV show. So they question your fanhood because you're a fan of the games and the movie and the TV show. You know, I had a former friend, we're not friends anymore, but former friend, Garrus. She's a big TMNT fan and a big fan of Transformers. Most people call those films with Transformers to be garbage. She loves those movies. She's a Transformers fan. But there are different people who, like, you can't be a real Transformers fan if you like those movies. She enjoys it. You can't tell someone they can't enjoy something just because you don't enjoy it. But again, there's that weird thought process in all cultures, not even just like nerds, who try to like convince you not to like something. You know, it comes to music. You'll have people who like, oh, my favorite rapper is Nicki Minaj, and they'll be like, Nicki Minaj, you can't like Nicki Minaj. She's garbage. She's this, she's that. And it's like, I like Nicki Minaj. Music is a mental thing. You know, it vibrates with your soul. Like the sound frequencies is something that your brain will get attached to and connect with. You can't tell someone they can't like a song because they're connecting with that song on a level that you can't understand, or you do understand, but it's just not for you. But you see it all the time. You see people. It's like you shouldn't like freaking, you know, Machine Gun Kelly because he's garbage. It's like, let people who enjoy stuff enjoy stuff. Stop trying to convince people to not like stuff. It's weird to me. You know, we had this discussion before and it was like we'll talk about like Stardew Valley, and I'm like, I don't care for Stardew Valley. I played it for like 10 minutes. I didn't like it. I don't touch it. I don't go to Stardew streams and like, yo, this game's ass. When I hear Sin say she likes Stardew, I'm go, Sin, you should not like that game. That game's ass. Like, what does that serve? It's not productive. Being negative just for the sake of being negative isn't productive. You can let people just enjoy shit. You can go Super Saiyan Fortnite. Speaking of Fortnite, looking at Twitter and Sin shared that they're gonna do a Dragon Ball Z and Fortnite collaboration where you can play as Goku, Vegeta, and there's an emo that allows you to turn Super Saiyan. That's cool as shit. I don't talk about Fortnite a lot, but Fortnite has some of the best crossovers I've ever seen. Like Fortnite, Epic gets it. They get the idea of drawing in people who don't play a game. The fact that Star Wars, you can play as Darth Vader in Fortnite. If I didn't have to pay for it, I'd install Fortnite. I'm cheap. I don't want to pay to freaking, you know, for a Star Wars skin. You know, you can play as Hinata and freaking Neji and Naruto and Sasuke and Kakashi. You can play as freaking Scarlet Witch. Like, that draws you in because you're like, what? Kind of would, you know, want to play Doctor Strange. I kind of would want to play Vegeta. I don't play that game, but I like those things. Like, that's great marketing. Marketing is amazing on that Epic side, and in turn, it draws people in. Same thing comes to Apex. Apex doesn't have all those crossovers, but it draws people in with its legends. Its legends by themselves is what draws people into Apex. Valorant, its agents by themselves draw people in, and they do have some skins that will make you want to spend money. Like, they have some, like, you can turn your gun to a fucking dragon, and it's like, it looks cool as shit. So you're just like, you know what? I want to install Valorant and get that freaking skin because it just looks cool as shit. Nah, not me. I'm not spending things like, it's like $80 to freaking have an animated dragon skin. Like, it's a lot of money for a fucking skin. Meanwhile, what's Halo's thought process of adding something in that would draw new players? Having a cat ears for a helmet. Oh my. Cat ears? What a great collaboration. You know, not a skin that allows you to look like Doom Guy. That would be a great idea to have a Doom Guy skin in Halo. I would draw Doom players into Halo. What about some Gears of War skins? You know, Gears of War does a great job with crossovers as well. You can play as the Terminator in Gears of War 5. You can play as freaking Batista in Gears of War 5. You can play as freaking Sarah Connor in Gears of War 5. Like, those crossovers, like, they're really good. Halo doesn't have that. You don't get to play as Marcus Phoenix in Halo. They don't have crossovers like that, and you could gain players that way. You know, R6 has crossovers with freaking. You can play as Leon Kennedy in Rainbow Six. You can play as there's an Ash skin where she's dressed as Lara Croft. You know, there's a Sophia skin where she's dressed as Jill Valentine. There's Rick and Morty skins in R6. You know, a lot of people might not like it in terms of like the core of it's not part of the theme. I know the people who don't like the Rick and Morty stuff because Rick and Morty doesn't have anything to do with R6. They're okay with the Resident Evil stuff because those are shooters, but they don't like the Rick and Morty stuff because it's like it's too kiddie for a game like R6. Because Rick and Morty's not for kids, but it's cartoonish, and they don't want cartoonish things to be part of the game. But at the same time, there's people who are buying that stuff because they like Rick and Morty. I'm sure no one would care about the conversations like, I play video games, so I understand it's about me. My streams are mostly about conversation. Like sometimes I'm going to just sit here and just chat and just talk and not be doing anything, especially if I don't feel like we're playing anything at that moment. The games are usually just a backdrop for my dialogue. You know, sometimes seeing what comes like Asmongo has been playing less and less games on his stream and doing more and more just chatting. A lot of people who come to his channel for stream for games or complaining about it. It's like he's like, it's my stream and I want to talk a lot. You know, and I'd rather freaking sit here and talk, have conversations with my chat than get frustrated and whatever game they play. I don't know Asmongo plays all the time. You know, I've had videos about this on YouTube where it talks about viewer entitlement, or people feel like because they view you or they give you a follow that you gotta do what they want you to do. Like there's a guy, he was being passive aggressive. This is in Gala's stream, where this guy was like, "Hey, can you play R6? Because I followed you because you played R6 and you haven't played R6 in a while." And she's like, "No, I don't play R6." He's like, "But I followed you and I watched you because of R6. Could you at least play R6 twice a month?" Like he's just basically like being passive aggressive, demanding she plays something that she doesn't want to play, and that's viewer entitlement. He got banned, rightfully so, but like it's viewer entitlement. He's trying to tell her to play something that he wants to see, but it's not what she's playing. She doesn't owe you anything. No streamer owes a viewer anything when it comes to what we play on stream. It's our stream. We play what the fuck we want to play. If you enjoy it, cool. If you come here for the games, that kind of sucks, to be honest with you. Most streamers don't want to hear that you're here because of the game we're playing. We want you here because you want to conversate with us, that we provide something to you, you know, conversational wise or whatever. Even if you just here to look at a pair of titties or whatever, we at least provide something to you out of video games that makes you want to keep coming. Awesome. Zero, you just mentioned titties. But a lot of people, they have this entitlement where it's like, hey, play this. And it's like, hey, no. And I've had that experience too. Like I've had people who will come to the stream say, hey, are you gonna play Watch Dogs again? And it's like, I already beat Watch Dogs 2. It's like, well, can you play it again? It's like, I already beat the game. I don't want to play it again. It's like, but I followed you because you play Watch Dogs. It's like, all right, but I'm not playing Watch Dogs. So just unfollow if you want to hear it because of the game. You know, then I was playing Watch Dogs Legions and those people came back and like I stopped. That game sucks, so I stopped playing it. And he were like, hey, play Watch Dogs Legions, and I'm like, I don't like that game. I'm not gonna play it. It's like, but I like watching you play it. It's like, but I don't like the game. I'm not gonna. This isn't a job for me. I make very little cash from doing Twitch. You know, I get $2 per fucking like subscriber, and I have like 7 subscribers. I get paid from Twitch like once every 3 months. I don't make enough money on this platform to give a fuck that you ain't play something that I want to play. This isn't a job for me. So like, I'm not gonna force myself to be unhappy, because that's what it is. When you tell someone to play a game that they don't want to play, you're telling them to be unhappy. You're telling them to, for your view, for your follow, for your sub, don't have a good time. For 4 hours or 10 hours, how long you stream, or that person streams, you're telling them for 4 to 10 hours, be in a miserable mindset. It's like, and a lot of people are just young and don't understand like how much that's fucked up. So it happens with Red Dead. When I played Red Dead Redemption 1 on stream, I got a lot of followers from that, and I was getting like, you know, 15 views a stream. Then I stopped playing Red Dead because I was done with it, and people would come to stream, hey, play Red Dead. It's like, I don't want to play Red Dead. So like, I'm done with the game. It's like, can you play it again? It's like, I don't want to play Red Dead. You know, I had someone before, I'm not gonna say who their name is, but like they really want to watch me play Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm like, I'm not interested in that game. But it's like, he's like, but you're one of my favorite streamers, and I really like your stream. I think it'd be great to watch you play it. It's like, I get that, that's cool, I appreciate it, but I don't have any interest in playing the game. I don't play what people want me to play. I play what I enjoy playing. You know, I don't want to be sitting here and upset. That's why I play what I play. That's why it's a variety channel. I don't want to play a game and be miserable. You know, I don't want to end the stream pissed off. I want to end stream feeling like, damn, I just sat there for 4 hours or 10 hours, and that's all the time I have for that day, and now I can't play video games. Because that's not something that a lot of people who don't stream. If you're not a content creator, you don't get this at all. But if you like, for content creators, sometimes the only times we need to play video games is during our stream. So if we're playing what you want us to play and getting frustrated because we don't want to play that game, for the rest of the day we gotta go do whatever else, and our only free time to game was missed out on something that was like that was rough or miserable. So if you're lurking the stream, or if you're gonna watch the VODs or whatever, you see this at a later date, maybe I'll put it on YouTube, who cares? And you're one of those people who tell streamers what the freaking play, stop. A lot of y'all just are too young to understand it, and you just feel like, you know, we're gonna cater to you because you're giving us a view. But stop, you're not doing anything productive. You're more so being annoying to the streamer than anything else. And I'm trying to help you not get banned. I'm trying to help you not get suspended. Not suspended, but like timed out. Most streamers are gonna be annoyed by someone who's telling them to play a game that they're not playing. You know, I've seen someone in Ray's stream, he was playing like WWE. He does like this little WWE thing that he does. And someone's like, hey Ray, can you play this game? He's like, well, right now I'm playing WWE. And that's how he ended it, because he's just telling the person, because when you're a streamer, you've seen that comment more than once. So you're like, look, I'm playing this game. All right, that's what I'm playing. I'm playing this game. You know, maybe I'll play something else later, we'll see, but I'm playing this game. Don't ask me to play a different game when I'm playing this game. You can say, hey, have you tried this game out before? Or hey, does this game interest you? You can start a conversation about a game, but don't demand that a game gets played. And also understand that not all streamers are Asmongold, who makes $2 million a year off being a Twitch streamer. Some people on Twitch, like myself, make $100 like every 3 months. So we don't have like the funds. Not every streamer has the funds to be like, just buy a game because you don't want to see it. Like, I remember I had someone, I think it's the same person who wanted me to play Five Nights at Freddy. He was like, hey, do you have a Switch? And I was like, no. He was like, can you go get one? And I was like, are you going to be at the end of my stream go get a Switch? He's like, yeah, just end stream or BRB and go buy a Switch. I'm like, a Switch is like $400. You think I just go like stop my stream to go drop $400 that I don't have? But he realistically was sitting there like, yeah, like he was like sold an idea that I can just stop stream. Like, let's say I just stop stream right now. It was just like, hey, Popcorn, BRB, gonna go buy a Switch because my viewer wants me to buy a Switch. Doesn't make any sense. What's the most popular game on the stream right now? I don't know. Stardew is definitely not the most popular stream. People like Stardew, but it's not popular right now. I think if I looked at if I put on Twitch right now, Just Chatting has probably the most at like 457,000 viewers right now for Just Chatting. Minecraft has 113,000. Valorant has 96,000. PUBG has 19,000. Apex has 93,000. Warcraft 36,000. So it's probably like the most popular ones. Battle streams are still a thing. I don't see them because in order for you to see things in your recommendations, you got to be watching them. They have their own category, so since I don't watch that category, I don't see them, but they are still a thing. They have their own category. ASMR, those still exist. Well, big stream will exist. Nah, dicks are gross. Yeah, like there's this weird thought process for viewers where it's like, hey, you're a streamer. That means you could afford stuff. And it's like, not everyone makes $2 million a year. Like, I barely make money off this shit. Like I said, I get paid $250 per subscriber. We got 7 subscribers. That means I get paid once every 3 months, and it's only $100. I get paid $100 once every 3 months. How come boot streamers aren't banned? They do get suspended depending if they show too much cleavage. Just won't report them, but it makes Twitch so much money. That's the reality of it. The reason why Battle streams are allowed on Twitch is because it makes Twitch a lot of money in their business. So unless their sponsors, you know, their partners were complaining about it, they don't care. So unless like Twitch has ads. So let's say T-Mobile sees a Battle streamer and be like, we don't like that, get rid of that, then Twitch would. But again, that has to actually happen. So if your sponsors and your ad revenue isn't complaining about it, then you're fine. You know, there has to be like a bigger diminishing effect for something for in order for Twitch to be like, all right, you gotta like send a bud. You know, like I game right now with a broken controller because I can't afford to get a new one. Meanwhile, so one things I can afford to just go buy a Switch. Think about that. A Switch costs $400. A controller costs 60. I can't afford a controller. I think I can afford a Switch. But someone was like legit, was like, hey, go buy a Switch. Because I'm a content creator, I can afford to buy a Switch. OnlyFans still a thing? Yeah, OnlyFans is still a thriving thing. I feel like it might be dying down a little bit, but it's still a thriving thing. Unless free porn becomes like a very common thing again, OnlyFans are going nowhere. Because right now, free porn isn't as much of a draw as OnlyFans is because it's not personal. That's the reason why OnlyFans, the biggest reason why OnlyFans is a success because it's personal. People are really into things be more personalized. Even when it comes to like Twitch streaming, people are, if I'm just chatting and someone hears my opinions and they're like, you know what, I agree with this guy, they feel invested, so ask questions in chat and I'll talk back to them. It feels like a personal conversation. And then it comes to like with OnlyFans, people are like, this video that I just bought from this chick is for me. This is personal. You know, she said my name. You know, she's giving me a dick rating. It's personal. They don't get that personal connection with like, you know, the hub sites. Her hub's getting regulated. It is already regulated in a way. A few years ago, a couple of years ago, kind of back where OnlyFans first got big, it's basically during like the beginning of 2020, maybe 2019. People were complaining that there's a lot of paid content illegally uploaded to the hub. So now when it comes to the hub, unless it's like from the person who owns that content that uploads it, you can't upload other people's content. So it's regulated in that way to where you can't upload content that's not your own content. Because there's going to get a lawsuit. Someone's going to sue them for, because DMCA even exists in pornography. And people talk about DMCA on Twitch because DMCA basically, if you play music that's copyright music, the studio for that song can put a claim on your channel and be like, hey, you don't have the right to use that. Just DMCA strike. That exists in adult films too, where there's DMCA strikes and that if you're uploading someone's content without their permission, you can get in legal trouble. So that's the way that the hub got regulated to avoid legal trouble. They only allow content that's from a verified channel, essentially. You got to be verified to like really upload stuff and have proof that it's actually your content. You think ex-boyfriends start uploading videos of exes? Yeah, there's a revenge porn situation which became an actual law in the United States. Every state has their own version of the law because of that happening. And basically, that is if you upload pictures of your boyfriend or girlfriend or videos of your boyfriend or girlfriend without their permission, you could be arrested. Some laws is just a minor. Some laws is a felony. You can go to prison. I forgot what state it was, but you can go to prison for like 10 years if you're convicted of revenge porn. I think Mia was the top hub search. Yeah, Mia Khalifa. I think she retired. I don't know for a fact, but I think she retired to become like a sports journalist or a sports personality. I think she was like really big into sports. I saw some like articles for it trending on Twitter. Or like she's like a big Washington fan. I think I don't remember. I don't know which team it is, but she's a big NFL fan. Let's go with that. She's a big NFL fan, and I think she quit the adult film thing to focus on trying to become like someone who's a personality in sports. Now she might have went back to it. I don't know. Before anybody goes like, hey, she still does, you know, some content, just not all the times. Like I don't know. I don't watch her content. At least not recently. Probably have like a few years ago. The monitors on the hub have a sucky job. I don't know. They probably don't mind it. If you're getting paid to freaking like moderate porn, you probably don't care. You get paid for it. Excuse me, maybe they cut. I think she's a very pretty person. I think she's a very visually attractive individual. Also, I do have a thing for like Arabic girls and think she's Arabic. Her and Sasha. Sasha's tough. Sasha's a Trinity. Damn near. She doesn't have the eye color, but she got everything else. So I'd probably say Sasha. Sasha would probably be like, in a fuck, marry, kill situation, Sasha would probably be a better wife. To be honest with you, I think Sasha would probably make a better wife. Like a long-term marriage would probably be better with Sasha. Except from Lucky Cox. I don't know if there's a freaking vaccine for it yet, so who knows? Also, probably not common in that industry. You gotta get it first to begin with. It's like a fucked up thing to say, by the way. I really want to watch it. I don't know. I don't. There's probably like interviews on YouTube that you can find that talks about it, but I don't know. If it feels my job, if it was my job to work for the hub, I probably wouldn't even bother watching the content. I think because it's your job. It's your job to be be involved. That shit. So you probably don't even want to watch it. You know, it's kind of like people who say they can't eat at a place they work at because like they see the food being prepared, they're around it all the time, they smell it all the time. Like there's people who work at fast food restaurants who can't eat McDonald's because like they're around that smell of burgers so much, where it's like they feel almost sick when it comes to the thought of eating it. Like my grandmother, for example, this is a weird situation to bring in for a time to about pornography, but my grandmother, when she cooks for like the family, she doesn't eat when she cooks for the family. Like she'll eat like when everyone leaves, she'll eat the next day, things like that. But she doesn't eat when the family's eating, because her reason is she said she's been smelling that food all day when she cooks it, and she gets full off the smell, so she doesn't feel hungry because sitting there cooking it has it to her brain just smelling all the fumes from food. She feels hungry, and she feels full, I should say. So in that context, it comes like, you know, being an office worker or moderator, you probably are like, I see this shit too much to want to watch it just to watch it. Nothing you having trouble finding a husband? No, she might be freaking married. I don't know. I don't think any adult film content creators will have as much of an issue with dating as people think they would. A lot of them are actually married. Like a lot of them do have husbands who are okay with their line of work. Whether you would or wouldn't date someone who does like adult content creation is based on like your own insecurities. So there's a lot of guys and girls out there who aren't so insecure to be against it. Like I would guarantee you, if her DMs were open, there's probably like at least 1,000 guys right now in Mia's DMs. Same thing comes to Sasha. She's retired. She's been retired for like a few years. You see her Twitch chat, there's people trying to holler. No one really care what you did, especially if you're retired, because then they're not active anymore. You know, some people will freaking want to date those people because they feel like that person would do for me what they did on screen. It's like, well, they were just acting when it came to what they did on screen. Yeah, I don't judge sex workers that way. And there's people out there who feel like sex workers don't, you know, or shouldn't be in real relationships. Like, they're people too. Everyone freaking needs a special somebody. But we're gonna end right there. They kind of go for time. This conversation lasts longer than it was supposed to. I was gonna play games, but we kind of spent like 30 minutes talking. Apologies, not really. Yeah, be live again tomorrow. Play some more Final Fantasy, maybe some Halo. We'll see what happens.